Welcome to Business and Leadership Stories, and I tell you what, I'm very excited about this particular episode because it brings two of my primary passions together, that is sport and business. Sachin Bhandary from the Story Co. does a stellar job coming in week after week, giving us little nuggets of information in the forms of stories, and then gives us marketing and communication tips that emanate from those stories, but very seldom has he used a sports person as an example. And that's what's thrilling about today. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Look forward to this in our raincoats.
Yeah, we also call it the Raincoat Special because we're sitting in Mumbai city. Wherever you're watching this or listening to us, if you're listening on the radio, it's a rain-soaked day yet again. If you're watching a video on the Mint YouTube channel, well, we've just come in, rain-coated, sealed, signed, delivered to you. Sports and cricket. My God, Saurabh Netravalkar, what a story.
Right.
Indian-born, could have easily been a batchmate to the current Indian World Cup playing team, winning team.
Right.
But decides to follow academics, goes to the US. I'm going to let you fill in the details.
That's right.
But what strikes me about this chap is he's always looking happy and he's playing the guitar and he's singing songs.
Ukulele.
And I love that. I love the fact that he can pick up his ukulele at any point in time and just create some happiness in a story or a reel.
Right.
So now tell me the story of Saurabh Netravalkar.
It's a fascinating one, Rishi. Of course, you've already mentioned quite a few things about Saurabh. So Saurabh played in domestic cricket in India. He also represented India at the World Cup for the under-19 team. But of course, getting or becoming a part of India's national squad is not easy. So at some point, he decided that he was going to pursue a career in IT, and that's why he went to university abroad, and then from there he started working at Oracle. But he kept his dream alive by playing in the nights and over the weekends, and that's how he got to represent the United States for the first time, I think, in the West Indies for one of their leagues.
Terrific bowler, great trajectory, very sharp, very accurate.
That's right. And then that's how he led his team to ODI status, the United States, and he did the surprise win or the shocking win against, he was the architect of that win against Pakistan, right? So
that of course is the T20 format.
Yeah, the T20 World Cup that just happened. So fascinating story. But I think I got interested in Saurabh Netravalkar's story because of what Washington Post wrote about him. So there was an article about Saurabh Netravalkar, and the journalist mentioned that when the USA was taking on cricketing giants Pakistan, it wasn't expected that they would win, but because of Netravalkar, a shocking defeat was delivered to Pakistan, and that provided the most important or the most required marketing tool for cricket to become big or become of some consequence in the United States, which is a story that all Americans could get behind. That a young boy came to the United States, was working at a day job, played cricket in the evenings and over the weekends, and today he was able to lead the team to a victory over a much more established and a more dangerous opponent. So that's the story that Americans can get behind. And in fact, one of the investors in the major leagues in the United States said that if these kind of stories do not happen, which get the attention of the media and of the larger audience in the United States, the sport will primarily remain a South Asian migrant phenomena in the US, whereas you want the sport to be accepted by the everyday American as well.
Well, the Americans think if they could get football into America, Major League Soccer, as it were, and get the Messis and the Pelés back in the day, and the Beckhams to come and play and own teams, they're eyeing the Indian Premier League and saying, how does it make so much money?
That's right.
If they make more money than basketball does or American football does, which is actually a rougher form of rugby, then why can't we have our own cricket league?
Right.
And sure enough, that has started. The Ambanis have invested, a few other teams have also invested. So America will always smell an opportunity and try to make a gold rush out of it. But I'm glad that there's an Indian boy who's behind this gold rush.
Yeah, so like I said, a story to capture the Americans' imagination, that's what Netravalkar has provided. And my communication tip linked to this entire story is that, let's say, now think of your own organization. So you could be the Tatas, you could be L&T, you could be any big corporate for that matter. We want to push forward diversity and inclusion initiatives, right? We want to give opportunities to transgenders, people who come from underprivileged communities. We want to make sure that there are women leaders in the organization. And more often than not, when somebody gets appointed or somebody gets an opportunity who comes from a different, either a different orientation or a different kind of community, most people say that, oh, this person is getting a chance only because he or she comes from that community. And that's how the impact or the respect that the person needs to get lowers down. I suggest that just how Saurabh Netravalkar's story has given cricket a real chance in the United States, what if all of the women leaders or transgender employees have an opportunity to narrate their own story of how they've gone through many struggles to be able to reach that particular position or destination. That I feel will get more employees rally around and support these kind of initiatives. And I really think that companies should invest in creating such opportunities for these kind of employees and these kind of initiatives.
Got to take diversity and inclusion to the next level, my brother.
That's true.
Fantastic. Now, this is a man who's helped CXOs, senior executives, power their growth by telling stories. And he can teach you his method. All you have to do is reach out to him. I also love the Win with Stories newsletter that Sachin Bhandary puts out on LinkedIn. Where can they reach you, my friend?
Fairly simple. On LinkedIn, you look for Sachin Bhandary. Sachin is easy. Bhandary is Bhandary. And on my profile, there's a link which says get in touch or stay in touch. Click on that. You can either set up a Zoom call with me to discuss how I can help your organization win with stories, or you can subscribe to the newsletter, which Rishi just spoke about. A third thing is I also run a business storytelling community where we meet every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. online to practice our business storytelling skills. You can join one of the meetings as a guest for free and then decide if you would like to continue.
Tell us what you think in the comments below of the Raincoat special episode.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Cheers. See you next week.
94.3 Radio 1.